Welcome student. Today we are going to learn a transformer. Myself Jitendra D. Patil, Assistant Professor Electrical Engineering Department, Kekiwa Institute of Engineering Education and Research, NASA. So content of my video are definition of a transformer, working principle of a transformer, construction of the transformer. So what are the learning objectives? After going through this video, you will be able to define the transformer and explain its principle of operation, construction of the transformer. So let us see the definition. So the transformer mainly consisting of the two coils. So these are the two coils. These are wounded over one core. That is, this core is made up of the magnetic material. Okay. So this one is a coil 1. This is coil 2. Okay. Whenever there is rate of change of flux linkage with this coil, it is changing, the EMF will get induced in the another coil. Okay. So here, when we are giving a supply, AC supply to this one winding, okay, this will act as a primary winding, which is having number of turns E1. There will be a self-induced EMF E1 will be there. Also, because of this current, there will be setup of the flux. The flux phi will be set up here, and this flux phi will pass through this core. Then that flux will link with this second coil. Okay, so here to this coil load it is connected. This coil is called as a secondary coil. Okay, which is having n2 number of turns. So because of this alternating current, alternating flux is set up. An alternating flux will be linked with this secondary coil, and this secondary coil will have induced EMF, and because of that the current will get circulated when the load is connected. So this is the working of transformer, and the definition of the transformer it is that it is working on the induction principle. Okay, so it will work on the induction principle. So induction means electromagnetic induction. So whenever there will be rate of change of flux linkage with a coil or a conductor, it is there at that time EMF will get induced in that coil or conductor. So transformer is a static device, electromagnetic energy conversion device that transfer electrical energy from one circuit to the another electrical circuit through the medium of magnetic field with setup or down voltage or current, but without change in the frequency. Means it will step up or step down. It will step up or step down the voltage and current without change in the frequency. Okay, so this is the proper definition of the transformer. That is, a transformer is a device which transfer the electrical energy from one circuit to the another circuit through the medium of electromagnetic field. Okay. So working principle it is that it is electromagnetic induction. Okay, so as I previously told that it will work on the electromagnetic induction principle. Okay, so when there will be rate of change of flux linkage with this coil or conductor, it is changing, its EMF will get induced in that coil or conductor. Okay, so when we give supply to this primary winding, current will get circulated through the winding, then flux will be set up here. Then this flux will link with the secondary coil, EMF will get induced in this coil. Okay, so this is the working principle of the transformer. And then symbolic representation. So transformer it is symbolically represented as this by this symbol, which is having a primary coil, which is having a secondary coil. Okay, then a transformer on the DC. If the primary of the transformer is connected to a DC, the primary will burn out. Okay, what will be the cause of if we connected the transformer with a DC? Because there is no rate of change of flux. Okay, it draws a steady current, hence produce constant flux. Means no alternating flux will be there. There will be no back EMF will be produced. No back EMF. This is a back EMF. This E1 is the back EMF here. It will protect the transformer winding from transferring very high current. Okay, so it will prevent the transformer winding to burn out. The primary winding will draw excessive current due to low resistance of the primary, thus result in the primary winding will get overheat and burn out. Okay, so this is the effect when the transformer it is supplied with a DC current or DC voltage. Okay, so we should not connect the transformer with a DC supply. Now we can have the equation of the transformer. Induced EMF here E1 is equals to N d phi by dt. D phi by dt means rate of change of flux linkage with respect to time. D phi is the rate of change of flux linkage with respect to time dt, and I1 is equals to V1 minus E1. I1 here, this I1 it is V1 minus E1, okay, divided by Z1. Z1 is the impedance of this coil, and Z1 it is R1 plus JX1. So it is V1 upon R1 plus JX1, or it is V1 upon R1. Okay, X is equals to 2 pi Fl. We can put here X is equals to 2 pi Fl. Okay. So now the content of next presentation it is that we have to discuss the construction of the transformer. For that we have to see the core, then coil or winding. Then in second part we have to see the transformer tank, terminal bushing, conservator, breather, Bucko's relay, expulsion vane. Okay, so what is the function of all that and what is the requirement of all these, we will see. The learning objective. Okay, so we have to, after going through this next part of this video, you will be able to explain the construction, only core and winding of the transformer. Okay, so transformer is mainly consists of the core and winding, that is the coils. Okay, so this is the core, it is made up of the silicon steel stamping. Okay, number of stampings are there, they are clubbed together, and this is the coil. Okay, then with increase capacity, with the increase in the capacity or size of the transformer, it also needed the different parts, that is the transformer tank, terminal bushing, conservator, breather, Bucko's relay, explosion vane. Okay, all these are here. This is the transformer tank, HUA terminal bushing, LV terminal bushing, Bucko's relay, conservator tank. Okay, then breather. Then this is the main transformer, what we learned before, that is the core and the winding, HV winding, LV winding. Okay, number of windings are more, that is called as a HV winding. Number of windings are less, that is called as LV winding. Okay, so now in this part we will see the core, then core and winding, transformer tank, bushing, conservator, breather, Bucko's relay, explosion vane. Okay, so core of the transformer. Core of the transformer, it may be square or rectangular. Okay, then these are called as a legs or limb of the transformer, and vertical or horizontal portion at the top and bottom, it is called as a yoke. Okay, so, and this is the core type transformer. For this, the winding it is wounded over here. This may be a core or shell type transformer. If it is single phase, then on the central limb the winding will be wounded, and if it is three phase, then the winding will be wounded on the all three. Okay, so here this is the passage of the flux through this core, it is shown. Okay, so this is the actual arrangement of the transformer. It will have the one winding which is given supply, that is called as a primary winding, and the supply is taken out from the next winding, that is called as a secondary winding. Here the load it is connected. So these are the laminated steel stampings. This is called as a core. Okay, so number of steel stampings are there, laminations are there, insulated, these are insulated. Okay, and so why this type of construction it is there? To avoid the eddy current loss, Okay, so all these are having the current flowing through, eddy current it will flow. So the thickness of each stamping it is decreased to avoid the high value of the current. Okay, so the laminated core it is there. Okay, and it may have the E and I type or E and I shaped laminations. So different shapes of the laminations are shown here, that is L lamination, U and I lamination, E I lamination, then E laminations. Okay, so likewise these the laminations are there, and these are clubbed together, and that will form the core. Okay, So different joints are there. These are the butt joints. Okay, butt joints are there. Okay, so the transformer core will get connected. Okay, then next it is the winding or coil. So winding, it is wounded over this core. This is the core. This core, it is shown over here. You can see here, this is the coil which will wounded over this core. Here it is a insulation. This insulation, it is provided. Also, the each conductor in the coil, it is insulated. Okay, so this coil will get insulated. It is enamel coil. Okay, so over all the entire length of the conductor, insulation it is provided. Okay, now next is the leakage flux. What is the main flux and leakage flux? Main flux which is flowing through this core of the transformer, and the leakage flux which will be in the air. Okay, so this is the air gap flux or flux which is in the air surrounding this coil, that is called as a leakage flux. So leakage flux because of this primary winding, leakage flux because of this secondary winding. So it is phi L1 and phi L2. Okay, so this flux will produce only when the current it is flowing through this coil. Now this is the core. Near to this core, the LV winding it is wounded. Then there will be a insulation, and then there will be a HV winding. Okay, so LV winding it is nearer to the core. Then there will be a insulation, that is HV insulation, and then HV winding it is wounded at the outer part. Okay, so reason behind it is that LV winding it is required less amount of insulation. If HV winding it is wounded near to the core, it will need higher insulation. Okay, and if the tappings are to be provided, then the tappings can be taken from the HV winding, because the tappings are always provided on the HV winding, and if HV winding it is at the outside, we can easily take out that tappings. Okay, then the next it is transformer tank. The transformer tank it will serve the two purposes, that is insulation and cooling. Okay, so transformer tank here it will provide the isolation of this internal part from the outer atmosphere. Okay, so it will provide one protective covering or insulation over here. Okay, and cooling. So for second cooling, it is here the oil it will be poured in the tank. Okay, so this tank oil will absorb the heat from this core and winding, and then it will pass through the outer body of the transformer where these cooling tubes are connected, so that the heat can be radiated outside the transformer. Now terminals and bushing. Okay, square or rectangular, then legs or limb or yoke. Okay, so we can see here terminal bushing. So these are the terminal bushings are over here. This is the core, this is the winding. Okay, LV winding, its terminals they are connected with the LT terminal bushing. HV winding it is connected with HV terminal bushing. Okay, so to take out the connections of this winding, okay, and avoid the contact of this transformer tank, because this transformer tank is made up of the metal. Okay, so to avoid the contact of a coil and this tank, metallic tank, the bushings are provided. Bushings are made up of uh, uh, insulating material. Okay, porcelain bushings are there, and at the center there is a conducting rod. Okay, so that rod it is insulated by means of this insulating material. Okay, ceramic insulation may be there. Okay, the next it is the conservator tank. This is the main tank of the transformer. This one is the main tank, and this is the conservator tank. The conservator tank it is located some height above the main tank. Okay, this main tank it is always filled with the oil. Okay, and there should not be any air gap here, means this tank should be always filled with the oil. For that, the conservator tank provision is there. Also, this oil will get expanded and contraction. Okay, when the temperature increases in summer season, the oil will get expanded. So expanded oil will get transferred to this conservator tank. Conservator tank is always two-third fill up. Okay, or half to two-third fill up it is there. Okay, so when the oil inside the transformer, it will get expanded because of higher temperature, it will transfer to the conservator tank. And in winter season or rainy season, the oil will get contracts. Then at that time the oil will get transferred from this conservator tank to the main tank. Okay, so always this main tank will be full filled with the oil. Okay, then the breather, this is the breather connected over here. This is having function to transfer the air from this conservator tank to the outer atmosphere. Okay, so whatever the air it is there, it will be transferred to the outer atmosphere. And when the oil it is uh, expand, and that will come to the conservator tank. So here the oil from the conservator tank, it should be go away or get out from this conservator tank. So breather will pass this oil, air to the outer atmosphere. When oil will get contrast, at that time the level will go down from this conservator tank, and this upper portion it will be filled up with the air. So outer atmospheric air will come inside to this conservator tank. It may be dry, it may be wet. Okay, so if the wet air it is there, it may contain moisture. To avoid the contact of moisture with this oil, because oil will get contaminated. Okay, so to prevent this condition, the breather it is there, breather will have a silica gel, and silica gel will absorb the moisture, and clean air will be come to the conservator tank. Okay, so this is the function of the breather. Okay, then the Buckhouse relay. So this is the Buckhouse relay here. Okay, so this is connected in between this main tank and the conservator tank. When there will be any abnormal condition happens inside this tank, maybe short circuit, maybe intermittent fault. Okay, so because of that the temperature will increase, and oil may have be contaminated with the gases. That gases will flow to means they will pass through the main tank to the conservator tank. Then this Buckhouse relay will sense that, and that will give the trip signal or circuit trip signal to the circuit breaker. Initially, when the low flow of the gases will be there, it will give the indication by means of the alarm circuit. Okay, and then if the flow of the air or gases it is fast. Okay, so it will give the trip signal to the circuit breaker, and then the supply to this transformer it will be cut off, and transformer will get protected from the further any abnormal condition. Okay, then next is the explosion vent. Okay, see here, this is the conservator tank over here, this is the main tank. Okay, so along with this there is one explosion vent. This explosion vent is it is having a diaphragm it is there. Okay, so when this main tank it is full, conservator tank is also full. Okay, it will get filled up with the oil. Then oil has to be come out from this tank, otherwise the transformer will get burst. Okay, so to avoid this condition, here the diaphragm it is there in the explosion wall or explosion vent. Okay, so that will cut, and the oil will thrown outside from this explosion vent. Okay, and then transformer will get protected. Okay, so this all for the transformer. Thank you.